Okay, hi out there in YouTube land. I'm hoping you can hear me this time. So welcome to Unity of Flagstaff. Today we're going to talk about where am I? Yeah, how about that? So sit back, enjoy. Make sure you go out and check out the website at www.unityofflagstaff.org because you can find out what's going on in this amazing community. We are going to have an annual meeting coming up, and of course Easter's around the corner, so check out the website to see everything that we've got going on here in this amazing community. And of course, there is a donate page there, and that's what makes all this amazing stuff happen. So thank you for your generosity today and going forward. Blessings, my friends. Here we go. So where am I? Namaste. Hey, good morning. There we go. How are you this morning? Hey, no, really, how are you this morning? There we go. It's good to be us, right? Thank you for being here this morning. I am Reverend Penni, honey. Oh, I'm sorry, sweetheart. That was good timing, wasn't it? So as you are comfortable, please stand up, and we are going to join Ryan Biter, who's going to lead us in Down in My Heart. Come on now, you know this one.
Hopefully.
Oh, and by the way, Ryan, watch it. I changed some of the words.
Whatever. Did you guys ever see the movie Anchorman where he's like, I am Ron Burgundy?
I am Ron Burgundy.
It says where?
Here we go.
All right.
All right. Ready? Here we go. Feel it.
I have the joy down in my heart. We're down in my heart. We're down in my heart. I have the joy down in my heart.
Where?
Down in my heart to stay. And I'm so happy, so very happy. I have the light of spirit in my heart. And I'm so happy, so very happy. I have the light of spirit in my heart. I have the voice of spirit
down in my heart.
Where?
Down in my heart.
Where?
Down in my heart.
I have the voice of spirit down in my heart.
Where?
Down in my heart to stay. And I'm so happy, so very happy. I have the light of spirit in my heart. And I'm so happy, so very happy. I have the light of spirit in my heart. So did you guys ever do this at camp? You remember this growing up? So the thing is, we got this. This is the verse where it gets kind of unhinged, right, and speeds up.
I can't imagine us being unhinged.
I have the peace that passes understanding down in my heart.
Where?
Down in my heart.
Where?
Down in my heart. I have the peace that passes understanding down in my heart.
Where?
Down in my heart to stay. And I'm so happy, so very happy. I have the light of spirit in my heart. And I'm so happy, so very happy. I have the light of spirit in my heart. Can we go back to that peace passes peace and understanding? Right here we go. I have the peace that passes understanding down in my heart.
Where?
Down in my heart.
Where?
Down in my heart. I have the peace that passes understanding down in my heart.
Where?
Down in my heart to stay. And I'm so happy, so very happy. I have the love of spirit in my... I saw smiles in that one. And I'm so happy, so very happy. I have the light of spirit in my...
And say good morning.
Oh, jeez. I love ducks. They're my, you know, ducks are my favorite, right? Ducks are my favorite.
Hey, all right, let's bring it in, folks. Here we go. Let's rein it in. Oh, that was effective. Oh.
Yeah, me too.
More
Like,
later. Yeah.
I was an honor student. I listened to directions really well.
All right, here we go. How are ya? I'm going to ask again. How are ya?
It should be got. I've got
Woo-wee.
the I have is weird.
All right.
I've got the-
Okay, so who wants to stop talking now? Okay.
Not me.
Hey, welcome. Good morning. I'm Reverend Penny Honey. For those of you who don't know, take a deep breath. Welcome to Unity of Flagstaff. You are in for a treat. You know how we know that? And we hope we are. We are. And you know how I know that? Because I know the divine nature of who each and every one of you is. And that can't be anything but a treat to be around. Now, did I say that I'm always easy to get along with, or that you are always easy to get along with? I did not say that. But what I said was, I know the divine nature of who you are. So welcome. Thanks for bringing that to the room today. Yeah, there we go. And if you're here for the first time, please drop that little blue card that they gave you as you came in, because I like to bug you until you're tired of me bugging you. We like to stay in touch. Selena and I will even take you to coffee or tea, whatever your preference might be. Because here at Unity of Flagstaff, we like to remind you and each other that we are one, and that this is about tools, not rules. This is about us reminding you of your amazing self. And I got to tell you, that's what we're going to do. Take it or leave it, we're going to do it anyway. Right? And of course, Unity is founded on prayer, affirmative prayer, which goes along with all that stuff I just said about us seeing the divine in you. Because affirmative prayer is exactly that. We are looking through what appears to be, whatever that challenge is. We're looking through it with you. We will see into and celebrate with you. Can you help the door there? Thank you. Celebrate with you. Celebrate with you the good that is already present. That's what affirmative prayer is. We will stand with you in that. We also have a prayer box over there. If you want to drop your prayer requests or celebrations in, please feel free to do that. The prayer team will hold that with you, and we will send it off to Silent Unity, and it will be held in prayer for at least 30 days. Now that feels pretty good to think that somebody every day for 30 days is holding your highest outcome in their awareness and consciousness. That's a real recipe for winning and doing life in a way that has meaning. And we're here to support you in that. I have prayer partners in the room today that are here to support you in prayer. If you're available for prayer today, please raise your hand. Look around, folks. We're not joking. We're actually here to support you in prayer. And I didn't mean that because you laughed. We're not joking. She went, oh, should I not have laughed? Oh, that is never a rule in this room. It was Betsy's fault. My board members are fighting amongst themselves. It was Betsy's fault. I love that. And so you know that we are here to support you. And of course, you can always call the center here, and I'm happy to pray with you, right? 1-800-NOW-PRAY, 24/7. Silent Unity is always there. I say use it. Put it on speed dial 1. Yeah. Who's this beautiful woman? Speaking of prayer, this is Shar Snipes. She is the treasurer of our board. Come on up, Shar. Thank you for being with us. She also, of course, serves as a prayer partner, and we are grateful for that. So thank you. I know. And the hugs sound so good on this microphone. I'm just.
Good morning, everyone. Please join me in prayer. Just breathe and rest into this moment. Take a moment to just center yourself. Divine Spirit of love and oneness, in our collective consciousness, we open our hearts to the infinite presence of your grace and new understanding. With each breath, we allow the flow of divine wisdom, trusting that all is unfolding in perfect harmony. We affirm divine order and know we are exactly where we are meant to be. We see the divine in each of us and in each other always, and affirm in this moment we are whole. We are thankful for opportunities and growth and focus on the beauty of life's unfolding journey. We celebrate our divine nature of joy, peace, and love. We are blessed, we are grateful, and so it is, and so we let it be.
Thank you, Shar. Take a deep breath. Doesn't that feel good? Yeah, there you go. All right, we're settling in now. It is my joy, it is my honor, it is my privilege to introduce Miss Carolyn Rich. You guys all know her, I think, but come on up. I'm going to give... Yeah, good. And Carolyn not only serves as your PA today, but she also is serving on the Minister Search Committee, so we appreciate that service, Carolyn. So the way that this all happened, today's message was, Carolyn and I were having a conversation at a potluck we were having. We love having potlucks because we love to feed people. Not only your spirit, but your body. And I don't know if you've ever noticed, but I make really big pots of soup. Rarely do you guys eat it all. And the reason I do that is because we feed people out of this space all week long as the soup lasts. You want to know why we come together and we celebrate that way? Because we believe in feeding your soul and feeding your body. So Carol and I are sitting at a potluck, and we start this conversation, and she makes this statement. I'm sure she'll share it with you. And I said, well, there's a Sunday message in there. I said, the next time you're the PA, she said, that's next Sunday. I said, we're on. It's a date. And you guys are in for a treat.
All right. As is recommended in life, let's start with our gratitudes, prayer requests, and celebrations. And who can possibly go first but Michael?
Yeah.
I got a little permission to be first up here. I'm going to tell you that my body has taken a beating this year. I've even got a permanent handicapped placard, for when I need it. I'm slowed down considerably. I have picked up trash along the roads since 1982. That is 43 years. I've picked
Round of
up all that
applause.
bullshit. And, I've managed the one for the church here for years, and I cannot do it anymore. And if anybody would like to, I tell you, it's real easy. I've got boxes of those special bags, and I've got the fluorescent vests, and I give you the name of the lady that you talk to. She's really nice and helpful, and if you want to, that's fine. I'll introduce you to her and all. And if nobody wants to do it, I'll close out our contract. Thank you so much for being here.
Don't go anywhere yet. Round of applause, please. Helen, could you come up here, please? So last week we celebrated volunteers, and Michael didn't get to be here, okay? And he's here this week, so I'm going to take full advantage. Sorry, Carolyn, I kind of bumped you off there. Sorry a little bit. Yeah. That is a big thing, and that is a tiny thing of what Michael has done here. Michael, how many of these planks in the floor do you have a personal relationship with? Because when we were putting them in, right, Bruce? Yeah? Yeah? When we were putting this floor in, Michael never missed a moment. He didn't. And there's been so many things in this ministry through the years that I've been here, I couldn't have gotten done without this guy. You know that 12-foot ladder I'm always bragging about that I climb? That's Michael's ladder. Yeah, that's Michael's ladder. And Helen has led this community and supported this community for years, and she still is, now leading the search committee. So last week I was going to do this, and I was going to say something nice. I can't remember what it was, Michael, but you'll remind me later. But this plant sitting right here, I'm sitting home with them.
Oh, my goodness.
This came off of a cutting that Helen gave me the week that I moved to Flagstaff 6.5 years ago. This is what we do in this community right here. See it? Put that camera on that plant right there for me. Now I'm going to direct the cameraman too. This is what we do in this community. We grow things. We support each other. And we do the work that makes our hearts sing. And I appreciate the two of you beyond measure. Round of applause. All right, you can go sit down now. Give me that microphone. All right. Who's next? Who's next?
Well, I just wanted to say that I am thinking of all the people in Thailand, big earthquake over there. And there's been a lot of people lost, a lot of people they're still searching for. So prayers for those families and people involved. My daughter is over in Thailand right now. So when it hit, it was a little scary. But then I found out she's very far south. She's safe. She's heading home on a 38-hour flight next week. Has a 12-hour layover in Tokyo. So please keep Ren in mind. Thanks.
Yeah. Oh. You know, Donna has a pretty big platter. She carries a lot of stuff on it. It's not just a plate. So that's just a real big addition to that platter, isn't it? Yeah, so let's take a breath. I want you all to feel the strength that's within you. And I want you to see yourself sending some of that right now to Donna, to Ren, to Thailand. You're seeing comfort and care. Ren is only drawing to her exactly what she needs right where she's at. She's safe. And so are all those that are suffering now. And that's easy for us to say that here, but bring that power of care to the forefront of your mind and hold them in that light. We see it done, and so it is. Thank you. Thank you, Donna. All right. How you doing?
I'm good.
Good.
I've been gone for a couple weeks.
I know. We missed you. I was chasing you down, wasn't I?
Yeah.
I know. I send text messages. I'm such a pest.
Never from you. So I like to call them powwows, but my pow is I have been sick for the last couple weeks. It turned out to be like a mild case of pneumonia. Luckily, I caught it before it got any worse. That's what I get for trying to go for a run in the cold and 7,000 feet elevation before my lungs are used to it. And I also moved recently kind of abruptly because I was having issues with my roommate. But that was a good transition. I luckily got to move in with some really cool friends. The wows is I finally started a business that I've been waiting to start for the last 3 or 4 years. It's a community I've been a part of. So I have a lot of hope for that and my financial prospects. I have 2 jobs now, not just working at the middle school, but I work at Beaver Street Brewery as a line cook now, and I also will be doing roofing in the summertime. So I am going to be making some good moolah.
Moolah! We're celebrating abundance. That's what we're doing.
Yes.
And thank you for sharing that. Because we hold you in prayer. Always hold you in prayer, whether you're here or not, right? And we also know that the universe is ever conspiring to bring you to your highest and your best. Sometimes it's bumpy, but the universe is ever conspiring. So we celebrate with you. We do. Thank you for being here. All right. Yay! All right, Miss Suzanne.
I just want to give a shout out of gratitude. Recently, I had a disagreement with a friend, a newer friend, and we were able to resolve it in a very calm and considerate manner. And I just feel like $1,000,000 today. And I just want to say, let's do that for the world. Let's have reconciliation and an ability to solve conflict in a peaceful, considerate, calm way. Thank you.
And it starts right there. Round of applause. This is how we do it right there. All right? So now that's your invitation. That's one of them. You'll get some more today. That's your invitation. Where's there's a bump in your life? Where's something scratchy that doesn't feel right? Where's something you need to clean up? This is where it starts. This is how we change the world. Yes, Mr. Bob.
I want to express some gratitude. Shar mentioned in her prayer life's journey. Well, Charlotte and I have been on life's journey for over 80 years. About 20 years ago, we moved to Flagstaff and lived in the same house ever since. Well, we're selling the house because we can't manage it any longer and are moving into an apartment where somebody else gets to do the work. And, so I'm grateful for that journey. I envision a good outcome, but in the meantime, it's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work, isn't it? Those are big things in a life, aren't they? Those are big things in a life, right? So all that good that's in there, even hidden under some of those things that really stink, yeah, we're gonna kind of remember that for you while you're in this process, because life's a process, isn't it? And we're also going to say this out loud: if you don't ask for help, shame on you. All right. You heard it here first, folks. And we will make that happen, won't we? Won't we? Yes. We're here to support you guys in that. And we know that this journey is easy, fun, and done, baby. You are going to be so relaxed watching everybody else do that work. Right? We're celebrating with you. And we also stand with you in it. Yeah. Of course. All right. What do we got? Oh, there we go. There's Dawn.
I have a huge gratitude. I haven't been up here for a month in person.
What's up with that?
Well, I have a lot of stuff going on. But I miss this the minute I walked, I miss this community. I miss it so much. And just know that if I'm not up here, I'm on YouTube watching, mostly live. So, but I'm so grateful for all the wonderful community, for all of the things that you do for Flagstaff, all the people. It warms my heart, and I didn't want to share after Penny was doing that with Michael and Helen because I was crying, and it's like, oh, it's an emotional microphone. That's what it is, right? So, but I can't even tell you from the bottom of my heart, I just miss you so much when I'm not up here, but just know that I will be up here as much as I can. Living in Phoenix, a little difficult, so thank you for being the community you are.
So can I put it on our website? Worth the drive? Can I? And we are blessed to have you here with us in person and on YouTube. You know, if you guys can't be here, we always have the live stream on Sunday morning. Thank you, Sean, for making that happen. Yes. And you can always go back and watch it later. Dawn was telling me that she's been doing a little thing. She's been going back and watching things like during COVID, and because she wasn't part of the community at that point in time, right? And she's reminding me some of the things I've done on Sunday mornings. No, we've had a lot of fun, and we appreciate you being a part of that with us. We do. Thank you. And all your good work, that Bag a Better Day we're going to talk about a little later. Thank you to Dawn. We get a grant for that, right? Round of applause. That's $1,500 right back in our pocket to do an event, a local event for our community here. That makes a big difference to this community. So thank you for that. All right. Oh, what? Oh, they gave you guys a microphone? Seriously? And you didn't get my approval? They are really pushing me out of here. I am so proud of them. Look at them.
So we wanted to take the opportunity to thank everybody who signed up last week during the volunteer fair, and we still have signups out. It's great to see this community continuing to build and support each other. And I also wanted to give a thank you to Penny for her guidance on doing the volunteer fair, how to build community, how to talk with everyone. So I greatly appreciate all the support that we've gotten from you all, and we'll be reaching out very soon.
Yeah, and this morning we already felt the whole of Daniel, who has been such a huge volunteer for us, right? No rugs were out here, no chairs were arranged. That takes a lot of time. And Matt, who has already signed up to be a volunteer last Sunday, helped me to get this room ready. And that was a lot of work. So please come and help us with all the tasks that we need around here.
All right.
Yeah, see him try to take my microphone? Yeah, they're quick learners, aren't they? Thank you, you guys, and thank you for spearheading that, moving it forward. There's just a lot of little jobs that have to get done around here, and they're just little jobs. You know, maybe one Sunday a month, right? Check them out. They're in the foyer. All right. Am I about done now? Are you about done with me? Are you ready for me to be done?
I have a last gratitude if we have time. Can I make it to the deadline? So earlier this week, I checked in with my financial aid package with my NAU speech pathology program because it had been delayed and I was wondering what was going on. And I found out that I was misclassified as a student and would not be receiving financial aid unless I could be reclassified. Then I contacted my advisor and said, let's get me reclassified. And she said, the deadline has passed for this term. And before I let my mind go anywhere else, I called Silent Unity and I said, I know I'm meant to do this. I know something will work out. Please pray with me. And they did. And 2 days later, my advisor got me an exception to be reclassified after the deadline. So, yeah. So that was a big bump in the week, but I'm glad it happened because I haven't called Silent Unity in a while, and it was time. And I'm grateful.
So, Carolyn, I appreciate you modeling that, right? Yeah. Yeah, 1-800-NOW-PRAY. I'm telling you, put it on speed dial, right? Yeah. Prayer doesn't change God. Prayer changes you. So Carolyn was able to find a moment and say, I want to be supported in remembering who I am. And Silent Unity said, how may I pray with you? And they reminded you that you are connected to the source of all and that you will be supported in your next and best expression. And we are celebrating that NAU got the message. Right? All right. There you go, darling.
All right. We are grateful for the power of prayer and the good news spoken. And so it is, and so we let it be. So if you'll join me with unity principle number 5, let's say it together. It is not enough to just understand and study these teachings. We choose to live the truth we know. The short version. Do it. Live the truth you know. All right, we got it. So, thinking back of the conversation that Penny and I had, I was thinking about it this week, and I thought, everyone says that change is inevitable. But we still like to act surprised when it shows up in our lives. And we like to have someone who will listen when we decide to say, this certainly wasn't what I had planned for. But I think that one of the greatest things we can do with the freedom and free will that we have is to trust. To trust that the changes that are happening within us and the changes that are happening in the world around us are calls to embrace our divine expression. Change can be messy. My life offers many examples of that. But I'm glad that I worry a little bit less about the mess these days and look toward trusting the divine order that brings a blessing with every change. I'd like to share with you 2 short poems that have helped me to trust that change is a transformative force into a greater divine expression. The first one is on a bit more of a personal level, and the second one will speak to a more cosmic sense of change. Oh, Living Always by Walt Whitman. Oh, living always, always dying. Oh, the burials of me, past and present. Oh, me, while I stride ahead, material, visible, imperious as ever. Oh, me, what I was for years, now dead. I lament not, I am content. Oh, to disengage myself from those corpses of me, which I turn and look at where I cast them. To pass on, oh, living, always living, and leave the corpses behind. And from The Dream That Must Be Interpreted by Rumi. The dust of many crumbled cities settles over us like a forgetful sleep. But we are older than those cities. We began as a mineral. We emerged into plant life, then into the animal state, and then into being human. And always we have forgotten our former states, except sometimes in early spring when we slightly recall being green again. Humankind is being led along an evolving course through this migration of intelligences. And though we seem to be sleeping, there is an inner wakefulness that directs the dream and that will eventually startle us back to the truth of who we really are. Thank you.
Carolyn Rich. Tell me how blessed we are. Well, tell me later because I got things to say right now. But just tell me how blessed we are. So we're going to prepare now. Carolyn? Yeah, there you go. That was it right there. I appreciate that. You know, I always warn people, careful what you say to me. You might hear it on Sunday. Right? I appreciate that inspiration. I do. I do the same thing with Ryan's music. I listen to what we're going to have that week, and I appreciate the inspiration. Look for it in your life, truly. Ryan is going to start out with, he's going to do some ethereal instrumental. How'd you like that? I gave it a little title. How about that? Yeah. Yeah. We're just kind of experimenting with this a little bit. So just feel into it, and then we'll move into meditation. Relax. Beautiful sounds, huh?
Allow that music to wash over you for a moment. Notice how it pulls you inward. This is where we find peace, in the noise. The music reminds us of the harmony, the positioning of notes, the opening up to discovery and creation. Feel that connection. Music, a universal language. In this place of quiet and connection, we bring into our mind's eye the good that is in our lives, the gratitude that we celebrate, the connections, the love, the light. Allow the healing that brings to you now. Breathe deeply and release. Recognize the comfort of being safe, the joy of remembering the oneness, and allow yourself to heal right here. The music moving through your body and reminding me of the harmony within. Rest now in the silence. Rest. And before we leave this place of knowing, in this quiet time, we see this connected to all of the planet. We see it bringing life and healing and joy. We see it lifting and knowing. And we give thanks for the expression we are called into. And we see it for every living being on our planet. Thank you, Spirit. And so it is.
This is not written by me. This is by an artist from the UK named Jack Garrett. And if you look it up after you hear me do it, you'll not recognize it remotely at all. That's okay. But the video is quite cool. There's a music video of it. And it's all people doing things that are risky that they've always wanted to do but scare the crud out of them. And there's videos of people skydiving. Well, there's a couple different moments in the thing, and so it's I feel like I'm doing all really ambient, like wispy stuff today, which is not my normal thing. But that's okay. We're doing things that surprise ourselves. Take a pen and write this down. Draw something that can't be found. Wrong verse. Speak and open up your mind. It's something you should do all the time. Keep exploring, seek and find. You know you might surprise yourself. Talk without a tape to hold. The doubts that should embrace your hope. The common chaos of your soul. You know you might surprise yourself. Ooh. 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 Take a pen and write this down. Draw something that can't be found. Learn to walk again somehow. You know you might surprise yourself. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Lover, if you only knew the times that train has fooled me too. And tears me from a place I know. It helps me to surprise myself. You know you can surprise yourself. So let go and surprise yourself. Ooh, ooh.
And thank you for that suggestion. Ryan suggested that song after I sent him my little blurb and blah, 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 and the text is this long. Yeah.
Generally, the methodology is Penny sends me something semi-incomprehensible, and I turn to my wife and go, what am I supposed to do? And Sammy usually has pretty good ideas.
I said, should I just send these text messages to Sammy? Is that what I should do? Right. Yeah. You might surprise yourself. The talk title today is, Where Am I? Do you ever walk in a room and say, well, where am I? Or maybe this is more familiar, what did I come in here for?
That's what we think every Sunday, Penny.
And I deliver.
What am I doing here?
Where am I? I feel really loud in the room.
Yeah, Sean, can you bring it down just a
Yeah,
tiny
thank
bit?
you. So, and I haven't even gotten started yet. That's dangerous to start me out that loud, right? Do you have the courage to ask yourself the question, where am I? And then the follow-up question to that is, does this move me toward the experience I'm looking for, or does it move me away from it? Where am I? You know, the life is pretty busy, and it certainly can take us off the rails sometimes. Anybody? And I'm not just talking about the noise in the world. I'm talking about the things that happen in our lives. I'm talking about the disappointments. I'm talking about the sadness. I'm talking about all those things we love to talk about, right? Where am I? And does this move me closer to where I want to be, or does it move me away from it? Or maybe I just hang out in limbo. Sort of like I feel where I'm at with Social Security right now. I told you about my 3-hour and 15-minute conversation. No, hold. 7-minute conversation. 3-hour and 15. I was in limbo. I'm still kind of in limbo, but you know, I'm getting pretty comfortable with it. I've lived a lot of my life in limbo. You guys have watched a lot of it. You've watched some of that limbo in my life. Jack Garrett, the guy that wrote that song, Surprise Yourself. I did a little research because the song was so compelling to me. And it is delivered entirely differently than Ryan delivered it. So don't be surprised if you do go out and check it out on YouTube. But this is what he said about that song. He said, you know, I wrote it for a very special person in my life that was having a really bad day. You know, one of those days that you feel like the universe really has it out for you, and the universe is acting like you don't deserve anything. Well, at least that's our perception of the universe, right? He said, I wrote the song to remind her that we still have the ability to encourage ourselves to be courageous. We still have that ability. You know, you can surprise yourself is one of the lines. So let go and surprise yourself. The invitation today is to ask, where am I? And you might be surprised at the answer. The invitation today is to remember that our life is in motion most of the time, isn't it? Now I know, I hear, I should exercise more, I should get out more, all those shoulds, like I say, don't should all over yourself, right? But the invitation is to realize that with all that motion going on in your life, that, you know, you might miss something. Now, there may be those of you who are sitting in this room that say, leave me alone, I'm perfectly happy where I am at. Okay. That's cool. I'm good with that. I say good for you. You're really perfectly happy right where you're at. It is the absolute of who you can be. You are the expression of the divine as much as it can be in your life as far as you can see. I say good for you. And bunk. Because the universe is infinite. And you are one with the universe. Do the math. Do the math. The universe is infinite, and you are one with the universe. Do the math. You are infinite in expression. There is no last run down the ski hill, as my friend Alice Hagerman says. There is no last time I'm going to see you. Because I am infinite in expression. All 5 foot of her. Alice leaves town tomorrow. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. I think there are some cards out there for you to sign for her. Do that. We're going to put them together and send them to her. But she says there is no last ski run. There is no last goodbye. We are infinite. My grandma used to say the world is round. You better be nice. We are infinite in expression. So when you say, leave me alone, I'm fine right where I'm at, I say bunk. Because I see more than that in each and every one of you. I see more than that in myself. I forget it time and again. Maybe that's why you come here on a Sunday. Just want to be reminded of how amazing you are. All right, come on in. We can do that. We can also invite you into realizing that you are more than that. I don't know what else community should do. Well, there's a lot of things I think community should do, but that's certainly one of the big ones, is to invite you in, to invite people into wanting to be in an environment where they are reminded of their divine nature. I was trying to make that 3-hour and 15-minute call into that environment at one point, that I could see the divine in this moment, these hours, that I could be the greatest expression of who I was. So I couldn't get there, so I texted a friend. I said, somebody save me, I'm on hold. I'm on infinite hold. Do you know what my friend said to me? She said, oh, I didn't know that was greater than God. Nailed me. Right there, baby. That's everything I teach. Yeah, I love it when my friends remind me who I am. And we like our routines, don't we? I got to tell you, if I don't get up and open that curtain in the morning, first thing, Millie, that is my friend that expresses as a cat, if I don't get up and open that blind, she lets me know. I am out of sync. And I'm headed for the sink where the coffee pot is located. And if I get out of my routine, I might forget why I was going there, right? We like our routines. We like to feel safe. That's all right. That's good, actually. My question to you is this. No matter how safe it feels, and no matter how much it gives you the opportunity to express who you are, my question to you is this. Is it as much as you think you can be? I got to tell you, before that first cup of coffee, I am not as much as I can be. I'm not even as much as you think I can be. I'm not as much as I think I can be. I'm telling you, it's not there. My routine keeps me on the rails to make that happen. Not that I need caffeine. So are you letting the logistics, the familiarity of the moment impede you or delay your response to what is possible? I like a comfortable routine sometimes, usually always. But am I letting that familiarity get between me and what I can be in a given moment or in a day or in a life? And besides that, if I ignore all that, it also helps me avoid the feelings. I mean, it helps you avoid your feelings. If I can stay busy enough through this move of going to Mexico and leaving this community physically, if I can stay busy enough, there's none of that bothers me. And there's a lot to do, so I have lots of excuses. Anybody ever do that in your life? Don't raise your hand. If I can stay busy enough in my life, I don't have to feel those feelings, and I can just not ask the question, where am I? Where am I in this? And I think it takes courage to ask that question. I think it takes courage to say, now just where am I on this? Where am I in this? Where am I? And it takes a little faith. I'm not discounting that. But faith is about the unseen. Believing in something you haven't seen. Well, I got to tell you, I don't need faith to know that the divine expresses through each one of you. I don't need faith to know that the universe is looking out for me. I have proof. I'm living a life that is proof. That is proof. Now, I'm not bad-mouthing faith, don't get me wrong. That'd be bad in this business. But what I am saying is, this isn't faith, folks. You've got proof. You've got proof that life, and you can be amazing in your life. Now, I know it hasn't always been pretty. Trust me, I know. I've done some pretty ugly in my day. And I'm not bragging. But what I know is God is greater and infinite and expressing through me. And if I will stop for a moment and take a breath and say, now wait a minute, where am I? It takes courage to get there, to remind ourselves to do that. And this is what that courage will do for you, and it's a line from the song. It tears me from a place I know. It tears me from a place I know. It helps me to surprise myself. My personal experience is this thing about courage. It gets tougher to find when you make the decision to leave while you're still in love. Because that's what I'm doing. I'm leaving Flagstaff, and I'm still in love with Flagstaff. And I'm still in love with this community. To leave while I'm still in love takes a lot of courage. And you know, none of this, me taking this adventure off to Mexico, retiring to Mexico, we're not really retiring, but you know, retiring from this. Would I know how to spell retire? It takes courage. And it couldn't be done, and I couldn't do it if it wasn't for each and every one of you. And I mean, if it's your first day in the room, I mean you. Because it takes everything that it takes for me to know and be reminded that God is amazing as me. And all I got to do is look out in this room. And I'll tell you how amazing God is. I'll tell you. Where am I? I'm right where I'm supposed to be. I couldn't be anywhere else. But if I don't ask the question, I might miss the cue that there's something else. That there's another place for me to be a greater expression. Where am I? It's harder to leave while you're still in love. But I'm grateful because you guys have taught me how to do this. Sometimes just to irritate myself, I ask myself the question, right? Really, I do this to myself. Is all this motion, and all this work, and all this, what is it producing? Am I staying busy so I don't have to feel what it is to leave while I'm in love? Are you staying busy in your life, any place in your life that keeps you from connecting and possibly seeing the next cue that there's something greater for you? I don't know. I can tell you this, motion, and I'm so glad you're here today, Bruce, because I've told this story about the hummingbird feeder a few times. I thought, it might be time for you to get a new job. They might all know my stories. That's all right, I got a ton more. But there's this little story I share. Because motion is this. It refers to the process of moving or changing, but it doesn't really necessarily produce an outcome. But action, on the other side is this. Action is the intentional behavior or efforts that are aimed at achieving a specific result. That's action. So I had this friend, and he had a hummingbird feeder. He was complaining that he didn't have any hummingbirds. And I said, really? Well, let me take a look at that. So I get over to his place, and I said, where's the hummingbird feeder? He said, well, it's in the appliance room. I said, you mean this one that's still in the box? He said, yeah. I said, and you were complaining that you don't have any hummingbirds? Maybe I should think this relationship through. He said, yeah, a lot of motion involved with that hummingbird feeder. Got it at the appliance store or wherever, and then he brought it home. It was in the car for a while, and then it was in the garage, and there was a lot of motion. And then it was moved from the garage to the appliance, closet. And then it was moved from there to the kitchen table for a while, and then it moved back off the kitchen table again. Do you know not one hummingbird? But not one hummingbird. Because there's a difference between motion and action. So you know what I did? I took it out of the box. Ooh. Wow, I'm brilliant. And I hung it on a shepherd's hook, and I put sugar water in it, and it was a miracle. There were hummingbirds. I took a little action. I put a little action behind motion. And that's what the question is today. Where am I? Am I just in motion? guys know I know how to do motion. Or am I in action? Am I moving toward my next highest, best? Does this thought, does this practice, does this whatever I am doing move me toward that? Or does it move me away? Or does it go in the appliance closet? In your life. I'm talking about your life now, not just mine. All right? You don't get off the hook that easily. Where am I? My friends, I can tell you where you are. I have GPS. God's perfect solution. I know where you are. I know where I am. And I find the answer in the question. Where am I? This is the answer. I am where love is. I am where life is. I am where forgiveness is, where healing is, where love is, where connection is. You want to know where I am? Where am I? I am you where. You fill in the blank. Because that's where you are. The I am the name of God, as we were told in that textbook, the Bible. The I am is where you are. It's not where am I. It's I am where there is life. I am where there is learning. I am where there is expansion. I am where there is caring. Where are you? I am where there what? Where are you? That's action. That's taking the action to move and to know that you are one with the great divine and you are where that expresses. That's the only place you can be. That's where you are. Paul Hasselbeck said this. He was one of my favorite teachers in seminary, and I hope you're watching Paul because sometimes he does. He's probably checking up on me to make sure I'm not getting in trouble. I gave him a run for his money. I loved his classes. Paul Hasselbeck said this, I am is about recognizing our inherent divinity and our goodness. Where am I? I am where goodness is. I am where intelligence is. That's where I am. By seeing the benefit of where we've been, honoring the lessons and the appearance of mistakes, all of it, folks, bring it all in. I am where this heals. I am. Nelson Mandela said this. He said, I learned that courage was not the absence of fear. He said, but the triumph over it. He said, the brave person is not the one who does not feel afraid, but he is the one that conquers that fear. Where are you? I am here, standing in courage. That's where I am. And then I have to ask, what are you avoiding? Ooh, fun right up until then. What are you sabotaging in your life, Penny? How many times, Penny, have you said since you announced you're moving to Mexico, you can't go to Mexico? What are you thinking? What are you thinking? That's the problem. You're thinking. Where am I? I am standing in the place where Spirit can find me and allow myself to hear what is next for me. What is next for this community? And what is next in each and every one of your lives? Where am I? I learned that courage is not the absence of fear. It is the triumph over it. Where do you want to be in your life? Sometimes I become so consumed with the tasks. Ask Selena and Sean. I know it's a surprise to all of you. I get so, I got to get it done. Get it done, right? And away I go, right? So busy that I have missed the opportunity to pause, to reflect, to grow, to change, to move forward, because I'm so busy with the task list, and that's motion. That's motion. And I'm not saying it's not required. Look around. It takes a lot of motion to make this room happen. These chairs do not unfold themselves. It takes some motion, and the action is to stand in the front of the room and say, and we need help. That's action. You want to know how? Check it out in the foyer. There's lots of places to put that action. And not just the motion of coming here and being in the community, and we love having every one of you. But there's some action that's required behind that, folks. And now's the time. Now's the time to see that in your life also. Now, I'm not saying go out and create some protest. If you do, let me know. I'm just saying be present to what's in front of you right now. It's just about being present. Is this motion preventing me from being present to the call of my next action? Ask the question. Perhaps where am I? I can look out there when I ask that question, and I can begin to see where the healing can happen. Perhaps in asking the question, where am I? And answering it with, I am where kindness is spoken. I am where love expresses. And our world needs you to be present to that. Darn it. I thought I was going to get all the way through this thing. So how do we do that? We become intentional. We identify what feeds our souls, and we keep going back for seconds. We show up in this community, and we put our hands to task, and we take action to move us to our next higher expression. We do not get hung up in the task of what it takes. We stay open. And we ask, where am I? I am where it gets done. That's what I am. That's where we are. I love the line from Princess Bride. When the guy on the big steed with his big sword looks down at the poor little guy that's standing on the ground and his hands are tied behind him, and the guy on the ground says, we are men of action. He's very convincing, right until he wasn't. And then what we need to do is we need to ask, does this feed me? Does this feed me? Does this move me in the direction of my highest expression? Does it? And if it does, and if it happens to be in this community, again, there are a lot of opportunities out there in the hallway. And there will be opportunities from now until infinity, because we are infinite expressions of spirit. And Sunday keeps coming around. To have the courage to change your routine so that you might be able to see the next highest thing. It's an idea. It's a really great thought. These are acts of courage because it all leads back to, where am I? And the answer is, I am where love happens. What is yours? I am where it gets done. What is yours? Bring it. Allow your life to express. Let this be a safe place that you try it out. Put your hands to task. Move into action. These are acts of courage. I am where is closer to the access portal in our minds. I am where, like I said, fill in the blank. And it will tear you from a place you know. It will tear you from a place you know. And it helps you to surprise yourself. Namaste.
Speak and open up your mind. It's something you should do all the time. Keep exploring, seek and find You know you might surprise yourself. Talk without a tape to hold the doubts that should embrace your hope. The common chaos of your soul. You know you might surprise yourself. Ooh. Take a pen and write this down. Draw something that can't be found. Learn to walk again somehow. You know you might surprise yourself. Ooh. Ooh. Lover, if you only knew the times that train has fooled me too, and tears me from a place I know. It helps me to surprise myself. You know you can surprise yourself. So let go and surprise yourself.
I asked Ryan to do that song a second time. We had another one planned. He was ready. That was really worth doing that way. Thank you. So take a deep breath. Not want to fail to mention, today's message was actually inspired by this little ducky. Can you see this little ducky out there? See that little ducky? Now, I'm gonna tell you what it says on front, because my friend sent this to me, and because this is, there's a lot going on. La 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 la. But it says, "You are so ducking brave." And then she wrote me a letter and she said, "And you always have been." And I know that I always have been because I've been loved by people like her and like you guys. So thank you, Mary Ann. Here's to the duck. All right, let's bring those baskets down here. We're getting ready to do our celebration of abundance. Here we are. Oh, I better get that little microphone because I think Miss Shar's going to join us again. Aren't you our board basket blesser? Yeah. So come on up here, stand between these ladies, and let's do a little basket blessing. All right. Thank you again, Shar, for your service. Thank you again, Dixie and Marilyn. Round of applause for the people that step up and make these things happen. This is action. This is action. This is action. All right. Go ahead, Shar. I think you're ready to go, darling.
We affirm this together.
We are courageous in our giving.
We are grateful in our receiving. Thank you, Spirit.
All right, go on out there. Now, Shar's going to show shabby-dee-ba-da-ba-da. Shar's going and for my next act, Shar's going to share some of these slides with you. Shar's going to share some of these slides with you. So go ahead and tell them about open mic night.
All right, open mic night. Friday,
April 4th.
April 4th.
Come on out. We have fun.
7:15.
Yeah, 7:15. We have lots of cool stuff. We thank Suzanne and we thank Sandra for keeping that running, right? Yeah, it's the first Friday of every month, and we have poetry and we have music and we have fun and we have refreshments, and there you go. So what else is coming up, Shar?
Bag of Better Day, April 5th at 10 a.m. Are we going to be next door?
We are, and
Over
we'll,
on the-
and yeah, we'll be doing that next door. If you guys remember, we had a Bag a Better Day. We've done this. This is our third time now, I think. Yeah, third. And thank you to Miss Dawn here, little Miss Dawn DeFord, for getting us the grant to do it again this time, as I mentioned earlier. So what we do is we build 100 bags filled with things that people that are unhoused can find themselves in need of, right? So it's really cool. So then what we do is we distribute those bags to our community and to other people in the community, because some folks pick them up because they want them. You carry them around in your vehicle, and when you pull up to that intersection and you don't know what to do, and you want to look away, and you don't think you should give them cash, whatever all those thoughts are that we do, hand them a bag. Bag a Better Day. And it is really quite popular, and it makes it so easy, and we get to connect with those folks in our community. So what else is there, Shar?
Wait, there's
Thank goodness I can read.
Thank goodness I can read. Yeah, that was one of the requirements to be on the board.
Really? Changing directions and directing change. So this is our annual meeting on Sunday, April 13th. All are welcome and encouraged to attend. We're going to review what we accomplished in 2024, and we're going to look forward to what we're heading forward.
Where we're going to. That's right. What's our next best expression? And on that same day, we will have a potluck, so please contribute to that. And after we have our potluck, then we're going to take a little break. You can have a little dessert, restore your personal comfort, have some coffee, have some tea, and then we're going to come back, and the search committee is going to be here to talk about the surveys. If you didn't get a survey, see Helen about that. She's got them. See, looky there, just like we knew what we were talking about. So see Helen about that. We're going to discuss the minister search. Well, you're going to discuss the minister search because I'm not going to be here for that. But we're going to have some fun, and it's going to be cool. And I appreciate your support in that. We also want to thank our YouTube viewers. Wave at the camera. You know, it's cool. It's cool. And you can not only see it live stream, but as I mentioned, you can go back and see previous messages. And some of them are worth watching, aren't they, Dawn? I'm getting really... 6 years ago. Ooh, my hair was shorter. I think I was not as tall as I am now either. But we do appreciate our online folks, and thank you for going out there and continuing your financial support around us also. So why don't we bring those baskets down? You just do a little basket blessing, baby.
Okay, as we say together, we
say thank you, we are abundant, and so it is. Thank you, Spirit. All right, here's a little cartoon that Sue Mine sent me this morning. Can you see what it says? It's, of course, a family circus, and the little guy is asking his dad in church on the pew as the basket's coming around, what's God going to do with all that money? What's God going to do with all that money? As you're comfortable, please stand. We are going to affirm our prayer of protection. Together, the light of God
surrounds us. Claim the light. The love of God enfolds us. Claim the love. The power of God protects us. Claim the power. The presence of God watches over us. Claim the presence. Wherever we are,
God is, and all is well. So we're going to do a little down in my heart. You want me to go back to words? Oh, there, you guys did it. All right, here we go. Come on, you know this one. Woo. Here we go. Here we go.
I have the joy, 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 joy down in my heart.
Can't hear ya.
Down in my heart.
Where?
Down in my heart. I have the joy, 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 joy down in my heart.
Where?
Down in my heart.
Here we go.
And I'm so happy, so very happy. I have the love of Spirit in my heart. And I'm so happy, so very happy. I have the love of Spirit in my heart. Let's do that one more time.
Let's do it.
And Michael, I know you're more reserved now. But if you can manage a loud where, I'd always appreciate it. I have the joy, 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 joy down in my heart.
Here you go, Michael. Where?
Down in my heart.
There it is.
Down in my heart, I have the joy, 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 joy. Down in my heart. Down in my heart to stay.
Here we go.
And I'm so happy, so very happy. I have the light of spirit in my heart.
Down in my heart.
And I'm so happy, so very happy. I have the light of spirit in my heart.
Create an amazing week, my friends. Be sure and check out everything in the foyer. Thank you for being here. Okay, hang on. I gotta.